get those goosebumps every time you come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. This way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time I need that heartbeat, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713, 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me? Why they on me? I'm flying, sipping low key. I'm sipping low key and honest, rider, rider. I get those goosebumps every time you come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. This way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time I need that heartbeat, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, throw that to the side, yeah. When I'm pulling up right beside you, pop star Lil Mariah, you might execute game wildness. Throw a stack on the Bible, never Snapchat or took Molly. She fought through plenty, her and all her guineas, yeah. We at the top floor, right there off through Henny, yeah. Oh no, I can't fuck with y'all, yeah. When I'm with my squad, I cannot do no wrong, yeah. Saucing in the city, don't get misinformed, yeah. They gon' pull up on you, brr, brr, brr. Yeah, we gon' do some things you can't relate, yeah. Cause we from a place you cannot stay. Oh, you can't go, oh, I don't know. Oh, back the fuck up. I get those goosebumps every time you come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. This way too dumb, yeah. I get
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our fourth race of this series. It's the Mini Cup, the 2021 BMW JCB Mini Cup, and we are coming live tonight from Spa. And just to give a little bit of a heads up of the track, as you can see on the track layout, this track is 7 kilometers in length. It was built back in 1920, and it's a very fast track. It's quite interesting to drive on. However, I feel it's a bit too long for the Mini. We does end up running out of gears at the long straight, but unfortunately the guys have to do what they can and push it as hard as they can, and I'm pretty sure the Mini will survive going through this race. Tonight we will have a combined race between Division 1 and Division 2 and 3, so classes B and C, will be racing together tonight on the track. However, they will be scored on a separate point system. So no matter where you end on the track, it depends on where you end in your class, will be the points that you will be getting for the race. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens out there. The guys are busy doing their qualifying at the moment. And we have an entire grid of 25 cars out there tonight. So it's going to be an interesting one. The previous few races, we had about 10 or 15 cars on the track. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with everyone that is out there at the same time. I'm pretty sure the Class C guys will keep a way out of the Class B guys racing lines. However, if they are in a dice, they will be pushing it as hard as what they can to also get the best scoring points that they can. So as we are going live into the server and all of the guys that's out on the track, you can see the times is live out there as well. I'm gonna have to unfortunately just shift a bit of things around here, as I see now it is causing a little bit of an obstruction at the moment. So just give me a moment and we will get that sorted shortly. There we go. Now we can actually see all the drivers' names that's out there on the track at the moment. So at the moment, we are having extremely fast times out there, if I'm looking at us correctly. We've got Kian Gous, who is the son of Melvin Gous, racing in Division B with a 2-minute 34.143 around the track. Now, I've been able to do a 2-minute 34.5 was my fastest time that I could do around this track. So these guys are exceptional and they are extremely fast at the moment out there. As you can see, that very, very nice looking car of Kian Gous on the screen. In second place, we have Dylan with a 2-minute 34.6. Third in the SRA Mini, we have Timo out there. Fourth at the moment, we've got Janu van der Westhuizen, who is a very well-known racing driver from Cape Town in the Polo Cup, as well as the Clubmans and the GTI Challenge on Kyalami main circuit. He used to race oval tracks as well, but now at the moment only doing the main circuit. Now he's at the moment in 4th position. In 5th, we've got Craig out there with that very nice looking flaming Mini of his that is doing a 235 flat. So he's very close to breaking through into that 234s as well. I can assure you one of these laps soon, he will most probably jump into the 2-minute 34s. In 6th position, we've got Peter at the moment, who is in the pits. We've got Michael Rust coming out of that corner very hard, pushing it extremely hard, trying to get past Janu there, pushing it for that very, very fast lap time and a better qualifying spot in that Volvo Namibia Mini of his. In 8th position, we've got Wayne at the moment. In the Niza, I think, if I'm not wrong, Mini as well, doing very well with a 235. Then we've got Jason now in the pits at the moment in 10th. Then we've got Donnie at the moment as well in the SRA blue and white Mini, pushing it extremely hard there in 11th position. Then we've got Regal out there also in 12th at the moment in the pits. We've got Stewart, who is out on the track for the first time in a very long time. If this is the right Stewart, I'm not too sure. I think it might be. Then we've got Sean, who just pulled over, will most probably be going back to the pits now. He's in 14th. Then we've got Johan Niemand there in 15th position, doing a 236.5. In 16th position, we've got Rob in that very nice looking TAU energy drink. Also, TAU energy drinks is one of our new sponsoring or sponsors that has joined our league, and they are very excited to be involved with SRA and trying to get their name out there. So please do go to Facebook and Google, and please go and have a look at their products, and don't be shy to ask any questions, and someone that is there will be able to assist you on their product. So they are a new company that's starting up, so please do go and show your support. Then we've got Jandre there in the speed shop mini who's busy pulling over, and he'll most probably be going back to the pits to do a bit of setup or change his fuel or something there. Then we've got Lucas also there in that Suka Niza mini of his. Then we've got Shane coming there in 19th position. Not too sure who's there right behind it, but that's also a very nice looking blue mini. This should also be the Speed Shop Mini. Yes, that is the Speed Shop Mini of Shane. Then we've got Luke, who is in the pits at the moment, heading out of the pits, warming up the tires as he's getting to the pit exit, and will be pushing for a better time there in the Vortex Mini. In 21st, we've got Rian, who's in the pits. Herman in 22nd in the pits. We've got Conrad at the moment, who is also in the pits. And then we have Sean, who's there in 14th position at the moment in that Power Maxed mini of his. So as you can see, we have quite a few minis out there, some great looking minis with new sponsors out there as well. The guys really puts in a lot of time and effort into getting these minis to look as gorgeous as they are out there. However, we do know it is virtual racing, but the sponsors that is on the cars is actual businesses and people that invest money into the sim racing world, as well as the drivers, to help them improve and get a bit better in the sport. And yes, I say sport because sim racing has become so big that it is literally becoming a sport where people will be doing this as an actual racing event where they'll be paying for a racing license and all of those type of things. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what the future will bring for sim racing as well as SRA. I know some of the guys is working on big stuff over there in Namibia with SRA, so I'm not too sure what's going on, so I can't really elaborate too much on that. But as soon as we have information, we will definitely give you information about that. But just again, still having a look at the guys, the qualifying time still stands the same, with Kian now doing a 2:34 dead. He's almost breaking into the 2-minute 33 times. This youngster is extremely fast, and I can promise you he's got a very big dad standing behind him that is ready to just give him a little bit of a tap behind the head if he's going to cause any problems or make silly mistakes. But he is a youngster, he's still learning, and as you can see, he's extremely fast already out there on the track. So if you give him another few months or maybe a year or two, he will most probably be one of the top sim racing drivers that will be there. But it's nice to see, we've got ages all the way from 15, 16, sometimes even younger, all the way up to guys that's almost in their 60s. So it's a very different range of ages that's out there on the track, and it's fun to be able to race with people from different ages. It's like being in the real racing environment. You've got people from Cape Town, Johannesburg, Namibia, all over South Africa, and even sometimes from different countries as well. I do know that Namibia is part of the African continent. However, they are a different country on their own, if I can say it in that way. But we've had people from Britain that raced with us, and all over the world that has raced with us, and it makes it quite interesting. So guys, please do like and share this video or the channel. Subscribe to our channel to get notifications on the upcoming races and the events. Also, do go to our Facebook page and go and have a look at our Facebook page, like us and follow us there as well. If you have any questions and you might want to start sim racing or join Sim Race Africa, you're more than welcome to. We do have our own WhatsApp group. We do have our own Discord channel. You'll see the link to the Discord channel is on the left bottom of the screen. Unfortunately, you can't just click on it, so you're going to have to put it in on the internet. And then you are more than welcome to join in on our Discord channel and be updated to what events will be coming up next, as well as the work in progress leagues that are also busy um, for the rest of the year. I do know we've got our Polo Cup that's coming up with a brand new Polo that is busy being built by Peter Grobler. Sorry. Um, He's really putting in a lot of time and effort into that mini. Also having a test driven by some of the best Polo Cup racing drivers out there, just to get the car a little bit more realistic and get that real life feel to the car. So, like I said, they are doing a lot of effort and putting a lot of time into it. Warwick Stewart, one of our founding members, that just does all he can to get the service up and going, get all of those things set up. Melvin Gous, who does the point scoring and the league management out there for us, also working with the service and things. And then we've got Peter Grobler, who is the guy that does all of the builds of the tracks and the cars and those type of things. Well, we are at the end of our qualifying session for this race, and we have from start to finish, or from pole to last, we've got Kian, Dylan, Timo, Jan van der Westhuizen, Craig, Peter, Wayne, Michael, Tyron, Wesley, who is actually the son of Craig Wesley. So again, we've got a father-son combination out there on the track. And I can also see on the YouTube channel them wife and mother that is also watching the streams, shouting out to them and telling them that she has their back and they have their support out there. Then we've got Craig in 10, Donnie 11th, 12th is Stewart, 13th Regal, 16th Sean, 15 Johan, 16 is Rob, 17th Jandre, 18th Lucas, 19 Shane, 20 Luke, 21 Rian, 22nd Herman, 23rd Conrad, 24th Shane or Sean, and then we also do have Joni Lee out there who is not showing up on the leaderboard. I'm not too sure whether it is because the leaderboard is only allowing 24 drivers or whether she maybe did not. Okay, yes, so it is because of the leaderboard that's only showing 24 drivers. We do now see that we have 25 drivers that's out there, with Joni Lee also being a part of this race. I did not see her name, and I do apologize for not mentioning her a little bit earlier. We are now in overtime and should get this race started within the next few minutes. And this is going to be a fun one to watch. Like I said, we've got Group B and C racing together at the same time. It's being scored separately. So this is going to be an interesting sort as everyone wants to do their best. And the Group C guys would like to see if they can actually run with the Group B guys. So stay tuned, sit back, go and fill up your cool drink or your coffee. I hope everyone is staying warm out there. I do know it's extremely cold in Cape Town. I'm not too sure how the rest of you guys are feeling in South Africa, but yeah, by us it is very cold. So grab your heater, grab your blanket, sit back and enjoy the racing for the evening. Okay, I see now with the YouTube channel. I see Melvin, that's all the way in Namibia, says it's raining there by them. We've got Peter Grobler that says hi on the stream. We've got, like I said, Tris Wesley, the mother and wife of Craig and Tyron Wesley, that is out there on the track. Then we've got Hexer that's saying hi to everyone. Warwick Stewart that's joining us here. Again, we've got the Dangerous Banana joining us in the stream. Always fun to have him there as well. Sean Weber, good evening to you. Peter Grobler, I think I mentioned your name already. I see Warwick is on leave, so you'll be racing in our Division 1 class or Division 8 tonight. That is also one of our founding members. And the steward that is in Group B and C tonight is actually Stuart Mack, who's also a very well-known racing driver here in Cape Town, also in the Polar Cup. Then we've got Nicola out there that's saying hi to Rob. Who else is there? Nico Smith that's also there. We've got Dev there. Tyron, you're supposed to be focusing on the race, not chatting to me on YouTube. Get off the YouTube and focus on your race. Melvin, it's very nice to see you also out there. Thank you for all the support and everything that you guys do for us. We have about a minute left, and then this race will get going for this evening. So just for the first few seconds of the lap, we will be live watching Kian Gous that will be taking us off the line here, and you can see that entire field of 27 minis that is out there on the track, and this is gonna be an interesting and hectic one to watch. We have 30 seconds before the race starts, so guys, sit back and enjoy the racing. This will be a 20-minute race plus 1 lap, and then we will have our second race, a full reverse grid. So the guys finishing first will be starting at the back, and the guys finishing at the back will be starting in the front. So it's going to be an interesting second one also. I see we've got Ati Nagel out there saying go Speed Shop. Very nice to see everyone that is supporting their drivers and always giving a shout out to all of them. It's very nice to have you guys here. Like I said, and the race is off. Let me just focus on this race as we go into this very first corner of this race. We've got 27 minis that will be fighting it out for that first position. This is a very sharp and slow 90-degree turn, or well, almost 180-degree turn as they head down the track. You can see some of the minis running wide, trying to avoid any contact with any drivers, and all of them comes through the field, as you can see there through the pack. Now we are gonna go and jump straight there onto Kian Gous, who is busy taking the lead on this race. Can he make it a start to finish race this evening? However, he does have Timo right on his heels. This is gonna be exceptional racing, I can promise you guys this. So we've got Kian in first, Timo, Dylan, Craig, Janu, Peter, Jason, now Wayne, and we have Timo having a look up on the inside. However, Kian is keeping his line, but Timo has overtaken him, going into that right-hander as they head down this little piece of straight, coming into another sharp right-hander, which is almost a 180-degree turn as they're going to head back into that fast left-hander, and then also again a double left-hander after that. And you can see position changes right around the track. We have Sean now who has overtaken Luke. We've got Marius who has overtaken Conrad there at the back. This is majorly hectic racing at the back as one of the drivers loses it and hits the wall, and another mini that unfortunately spins out there. That looks like that is Tyron at the moment, who has spun out and is falling all the way right to the back of the pack. That is very unfortunate for him because he is one of the fast drivers that is out there, but I'm pretty sure that he will be making his way back up the pack. And we've got Rob there that's there busy having a dice with Herman at the moment as well. In front of them we've got Joni Lee, who is at the moment in 21st position. She also had a little bit of a drop down in the pack, but is busy working her way up the field. She's got an entire train of minis ahead of her with Javi Gous sitting right in front of her. Will she be able to make a move on him or not? I'm pretty sure she can. She's right there at the back, going up on the inside, having a look up on the inside. A little bit of contact between the two of them. I'm not too sure what happened there, but we will have to have a look and see what's going to happen there. Rob now also overtaking Joni, going into that corner there. Very fast and very sliding there with the minis at the back. Going back up to the front. We have a very nice and tight battle going with Kian, Timo, and Janu, who is less than 0.5 of a second between the three of them. They are busy running away from the field at the moment. However, this is an extremely long race. It's 20 minutes with the track being 7 kilometers long. I know it loves to eat the tires on the car. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up losing traction. So you're going to have to start thinking about adjusting your brake bias. Another thing that I forgot to mention a bit earlier, these cars are running on a standard setup. So you cannot change anything on the car, not even tire pressures or the amount of fuel you have in. All of them is exactly the same. The only thing you can change is your ABS that you can switch on or off. And then you've got your brake bias, so you can either have a bit more brakes in the front of the car or at the back of the car. So it depends on your driving style, how much brakes you want where, and again, it makes a difference. Sometimes having a bit more back brakes allows the car to stop a bit faster, but it makes the back end a bit more loose, so you lose a little bit of traction and as you enter the corners, especially if you're going to brake and turn the car. So it's interesting to watch and see what happens throughout the race, if the guys will be starting out and playing around with it. You can see now Dylan has overtook Janu there into that 4th position, but Janu is not backing off. However, he does have Peter the Toy right on his heels there as well, who's really pushing it very hard, trying to get into that top scoring positions for this race. Then we've got Wayne and Jason, the two teammates, who is at the moment running together in 6th and 7th position. Will they be battling each other, or are they going to work together as a team to just maintain their position and hopefully work up the field? Or are they going to be a little bit of team orders and allow the one to overtake the other for the better point scoring out there? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Going further back to the field, we have Jandra and Craig, who is busy having a battle out there for the 9th position. Now, Craig is really trying and pushing it extremely hard. I've been watching them in practice, especially for Craig and his son, and they were doing very well, trying to get the best line and pushing each other to do better times and faster. Now, I know that Craig has now, since last week, started racing with his brand new Logitech G29 racing wheel, and his son is at the moment racing with his old, as they used to call it, the dinky toy wheel, which is, well, about a $500 steering wheel, but he is doing very well and still doing extremely fast times out there. He made a little bit of a mistake, now allowing John Dre to have a look up on the outside. We do have the two team members, also Shane and John Dre, in that Speed Shop Minis that is working together as a team trying to get that position. Oh, and there was contact between Craig at the moment as well as with Jandre, but Craig, as you can see, stopped that mini dead there on the track, giving him that position back. That is very well done by Craig. It's costing him a lot of positions at the moment, but very good sportsmanship, just waiting there for the driver that was in the, well, that was not wrong to gain his position back. But I can assure you that Craig is now going to put his foot down and work his way up back into the field and gain that positions back. He's now sitting right there behind our lady racer Joni Lee, who is already up into 18th position. She is doing very well out there tonight. She's really keeping her cool, staying focused, and just maintaining her consistency as she always does, not taking any risks or making any risky moves. She's just focusing on keeping her line and doing the best that she can out there. But I can assure you, in a few seconds or a few laps, she's going to be getting into a very nice battle there with Craig. And they've been racing together quite a lot in the last while, where they've been training her or teaching her the lines and just taking her under their wing and trying to get her to improve as much as possible and be as fast as what she can out there. So like I said, or said in the previous streams, you know, SRA is not just a racing group where you come and you race and that's it. You become like family when you race with us. Everyone helps you to improve. Everyone wants to see you get better out there. Everyone wants to have fun together. So when the practice service is up, they will join in together and they'll help you. They'll show you the lines if they maybe have a better line through a corner, and they want to have a very nice, intense race. They don't just want a driver that's running away with the field and just going and winning the entire time. They want everyone to be able to get up there and win at the end of the day. So they always work together. They always try and get the best races in there and try and get you to be the best that you can. And it's very motivational, and they really try and do the best they can for everyone, whether it's a founding member or just a normal driver that's out there. And anyone is welcome. The more females we can get in here, the better. Even the more younger drivers we can get in, that's also a very good thing for us. So we really hope to see a few new drivers out there. As you can see, there is a bit of position changes at the moment. We have Johan Niemand, who has now gone to the pits. I'm not too sure what happened, but he is sitting there with a DNF at the moment. That is extremely sad, as he lost out in the previous race. Him and his son both, they were away for the weekend, so they could not race with us the previous one. But we will see what happens in the race. Oh no, I see someone is having a bit of issues out there. It seems like that was Conrad that lost a little bit of control over that mini. Also Lucas that's out there, who lost that position there to Conrad. These guys are really pushing it hard and trying to get the best run that they can. Still in the lead, we have Kian Gous, who is busy running away with this race. He is about 1.8 seconds ahead of the second position Dylan at the moment. So he's really getting comfortable and getting into that groove, just driving his drive and trying to maintain consistency, because if he's going to lose that, he's really going to lose out on this race. Then we've got Dylan in second position with Timo and Janu still right on his heels. This is still going to be a fight, as Janu just goes past Timo. As I mentioned, that Timo ran a little bit wide and Janu got the better drive through the corner, taking that third position back again there from Timo. But Timo will definitely fight back if he can maintain his calm and just keep his focus, because any small mistake on this track will cost you dearly. If you run off into that kitty litter, that's especially in this section here on the outside of the track, you will lose a lot of time. It's almost like those things just stops this mini dead, as if you just pulled up the handbrake. You will definitely lose a lot of positions if you go off the track there. Still further back, we have Michael Rust and Stuart Mack, who is fighting it out there for the 8th position at the moment. These guys are really doing whatever they can to try and get into those top scoring positions for the evening. I do apologize for that. The screen is a little bit tricky. Now Jason has gone past his teammate there. I'm not too sure whether that was just a normal pass or whether that was team orders to let Jason pass and get into that faster and better racing line and maybe get a little bit of better points out there. I'm not too sure. I can see Michael Rust also now made his move there on Stuart Mack, taking that 8th position from him. He's now going to start working his way down up the field and try and get right there onto Wayne and Jason and hopefully take that position away from them as well. Then we've got in 10th and 11th, we've got Sean and Shane, who is also right there trying their best and fighting it extremely hard out there. Further down the pack, we have Jay de Villiers, who is also out there on the track with us. He's busy having a dice there with Rob. Now, Rob just made a move and took that 19th position away from Jay. But Jay is one of our very fast and he's very calm out there. Oh, and as I said it, he runs a little bit wide off the track. And there's major accidents there at the back. Unfortunately, with all of those drivers going off the track, I'm not too sure what happened there. But we will definitely have a look after the race and see what happened there. The race steward will be having a look at that one. But this is now putting Craig still there in, or all the way up now into 17th position. But he just lost almost to Luke there, was running a bit wide off the track. But he was able to maintain that 16th position ahead there of Luke. Once you run wide on the track, you do end up losing a bit of time, and the driver will do the undercut and take that position back from you again. All the way now up into 15th position, we have Joni Lee, who's been working her way up from about 25th or 26th position at the start of the race, has now worked her way up into 15th position. She's really just maintaining her consistency, and she's doing exceptionally well out there tonight. Going further up again, back into the front of the pack, we still have Janu van der Westhuizen and Timo, who is really fighting it out there at the moment. I think this is the closest battle we have at the moment, with Kian Go still there in the lead with a comfortable 1.2 second gap. However, Dylan is slightly closing that gap on him. I can assure you, like I said, the tire wear on these minis are extremely... It's really bad on this track. You can last maybe say 16 laps or so, and then you're really going to start losing out on this car. But again, they are doing a lot less. They're doing about 20 minutes, and you are looking at about 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes a lap. So it only puts you into about 7 or 8 laps, but it does chow the tires, and especially coming through this corner here, it is a flat out full speed corner where you don't even ease off the accelerator. You just keep your foot flat, so it really eats away at the tires as you try and throw the car into those corners and make it stick coming through there, not running off the track, losing those positions. Again, like I said, you can see Dylan is now closing the gap onto Kian. There is about a 1 second gap now. We had almost a 2 second gap in the lead. We still have Janu and Timo that is fighting it out there for the third position with about 0.5 of a second between the two of them. Peter is just sitting comfortably there in 5th position. He knows he's got a nice lead over Jason now, and if he just maintains his cool, he will definitely finish there in 5th position. So he's not pushing it too hard, trying to catch up to the leaders in the front, and he's just saying, you know what, I'm fine, I'm happy with this position, I'm just going to sit here and just get this 5th position. Then we still have Jason Nell and his teammate Wayne that is now there in 6th and 7th still since the beginning of the race. But Michael Rust is closing the gap onto the two of them. They're going to have to start working together and say, let's go and get away from him. Otherwise, there's going to be a big fight coming here in the next lap for that 6th position. Still have Stuart Mack in 9th, Sean there in 10th, Shane 11th, 12th is Regal. We've got Jandre in 13th, Rian that's there in 14th, and then we still have Rian that's in 14th, and he's got Joni Lee right on the back of him there at the moment, and she still has Craig, who is also on her heels, really pushing her from the back, telling her, you better get going because I'm coming for this position. But she's doing very well and maintaining that 15th position. She's making that mini as wide as a bus, running a little bit wide, allowing Craig to come past her there. But she will definitely fight back, and hopefully she'll get that position back from him. She will not back out of this one, and this will be an interesting one to watch as they come down here. Will she be able to dive on the inside or maybe get the better run out the corner? What will be happening through this turn? She is right there on the back of him, running a bit wider, but still maintaining a very good racing line there, as they are now working together side by side as a team, trying to work their way up there onto the back of Rian, and maybe hopefully both can take that position away from him. We still have Luke in 17th. Lucas there in the Sukumiza Mini that now has Jay right on the outside of him. Robbie sitting there on the back of Jay saying, if you're going to go past, so will I. He's really going to do everything to run that slipstream and get a nice speed into that turn. But it is a very sharp right-hander and can cause major damage if you run wide through there. This is now going through that very long straight with that very hard left, right, and then left again as you go up the hill. This is one of the fastest corners on the track. Like I said, you go through your flat foot, you don't ease off, you don't brake, you don't do anything, you just keep your foot on that accelerator, you turn your steering wheel, and you do hope for the best going through that corner. So we've got now very nice fights going for 14, 15, and 16 between Rian, Craig, and Joni. Then we have Jay, Rob, and Lucas that is really fighting hard out there. Jay losing out almost a position. There was slight contact between Rob and Jay, both of them making it through the corner. Jay still keeping that 19th position, with Rob really fighting very hard, trying to get past Jay and work his way up to Lucas. If they can just work as a team, I'm pretty sure the two of them can actually get past Lucas there and take that 18th and 19th position from him. It's going to be interesting. We've got 2 laps left to go. That means the leader has started their second last lap. Now, we said we have 20 minutes plus a lap. That means the lap that they're doing now was the last one they started with the 20 minutes, and the next one they start will be the final lap. Kian is still comfortably there in first position, just maintaining that second lead that he has over Dylan. And Janu is right on Dylan at the moment. He's really going to try and push it as hard as he can in these final 2 laps, trying to get that second position. Now, Janu is, like I said, a very good driver, and he is very comfortable in this Mini. And believe me, if you give him the opportunity, he will take that position away from you, and he's very good at defending it. So you won't be able to take that position back from him again. But this is now the final lap. So we still have Kian Gous there in the first position, Dylan second, Janu. Then we've got Timo, Peter, Wayne. Then we've got Michael Rust, who is also right there running up the inside there of Wayne. And yes, he made that move. He just overtook Wayne. Like I said earlier, he's really going to start working onto the back of them and hopefully take that position right from him. So Michael works his way up there into 6th. Wayne drops down to 7th. We've got Stuart Macwis comfortably there in the 8th position. There's no one close to him behind him, so he knows, I can just relax and maintain my race and finish comfortably here in the 8th position. We've got Shane in 9th, also having a very nice lead there over Regal in 10th. Sean and Jason Nell. So unfortunately, Jason Nell has lost out all the way there from 7th position down into 12th position at the moment. 13th, we have John Ray, who is also right there. That's on the heels of... Sorry, this is very, very long distance away. So John Ray is right there on the back of Jason, fighting it out there. We still have Craig and Rian, who is still there in 14th and 15th. Johnny Lee is really defending very well. However, she has lost that position there to Craig and Rian, it seems, because she dropped down from 15th into 16th position. She now has Luke on the back of her, and she's defending and trying her best to keep him behind her. She must just stay calm and comfortable, and she will definitely finish in that 16th position. Jay's still all the way there in 18th with Rob right behind him. We have Donnie that is there in 20th, Herman in 21st, Sean in 22nd, Conrad there in the Smart Link Mini there in 23rd, Marius in that very bright pink and black Mini that is there in 24th position. We've got Javi Gous now and Tyron that is fighting it out there for the 25th position right at the back. And then unfortunately we have Lucas and Johan Niemann with a DNF. So Javi has now lost that one out there to Tyron. It seems like Javi has ran a bit wide or something went wrong, but he is falling all the way to the back there as some... Okay, he's actually going into the pit, so I'm not too sure whether that is a drive-through penalty or whether he's also retiring from this race. It seems to me like he's busy retiring. So at the end of this race, we've got Kian in first, Dylan second, Janu third, Timo in fourth, doing a little bit of reverse donuts there in that Mini. Then we've got Peter in fifth, Michael in sixth, Wayne in seventh, Stewart in eighth. Then we've got Shane in ninth, Regal finishing in 10th, Sean in 11th, Jason now coming home there in the 12th position. Behind him we have Jason and Craig that's still fighting it out, but Craig will be finishing in 14th, Rian in 15th, Johnny Lee finishing there in 16th position, Luke in 17th, Jay 18th, Rob 19th, Donnie 20th, and then we've got Herman that will be finishing there in the 21st position, and behind him will be Sean in 22nd, Conrad in 23rd, Marius will be in 24th position, and then we will have Tyron Wesley who will be finishing his race in 25th position. It is his first race out there tonight with us. He is on a very old steering wheel, but he is doing very great. He was exceptionally fast in the practice servers, so I'm not too sure what happened out on the track. I'm not too sure if there was some contact between him and another driver, but we will have to see what happens in the next race. Remember, this is a full reverse grid for the second race, so that means that Tyron will be starting in the pole position. So it is possible for him to actually start this race and run away with it. But then again, I won't take it away from Kian to work his way up from the back of the pack and get all the way into that top position again. Having a little bit of a look on the YouTube channel, we've got Ati that's still there, Dave that's there, Peter Geldenhuis who's also out there saying great balls of fire. Yes, this was a very nice race, very close racing, and I'm not sure what happened to some of the races, but I do know that there was some contact between them. Then we've got Gerard Kotze who's also saying this looks like fun. Well, my friend, this is very fun out there. So if you want to get yourself a steering wheel, you don't need to go very expensive. You don't need a fancy rig or anything. Just get a steering wheel. Even your ironing board. I know there was someone at a stage that was racing with an ironing board. So get a steering wheel, mount it to something, get your pedals, get a Assetto Corsa, join SRA, and just come and have fun with us out there. I'm going to take a little bit of a break between the two races. We should be back within the next 2 minutes, but I will see you guys shortly.
I get those goosebumps every time you come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. This way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need that heartbeat, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around me, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713, to the 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me? Why they on me? I'm flying, sipping low-key. I'm sipping low-key and honest, rider. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. You come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. This way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need that heartbeat, throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, throw that to the side, yeah. When I'm pulling up right beside you, pops all in my ride. You might execute game wildness. Throw a stack on the Bible, never Snapchat or took Molly. She fought through plenty, her and all her guineas. Yeah, we at the top floor, right there off through Henny. Yeah, oh no, I can't fuck with y'all. Yeah, when I'm with my squad, I cannot do no wrong. Yeah, saucing in the city, don't get misinformed. Yeah, they gon' pull up on you. Yeah, we gon' do some things you can't relate. Yeah, cause we from a place you cannot stay. Oh, you can't go. Oh, I don't know. Oh, back the fuck up. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. You come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, yeah. This way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time.
And we are back with the lights on and the second race about to start. We've got Johan Niemand there in the first position as he finishes with a DNF, and Tyron Wesley that will be starting on his outside, and they're off. This is the start of the second race. You can see a Mini somewhere there on the side pulling out to the side of the race. This is going to be an interesting one. All the fast guys is right at the back and the slower drivers in the front. What will happen through this first corner? Will everyone come through here safely? Can they make it work? Some slight contact, some cars running wide at the back, but everyone seems to be coming through there very nicely. We have Johan Niemand there in the first position. Marius that is now fighting his way up into that second position with Sean just running extremely fast there past Sean. And Tyron also coming past Marius at the moment. This is going to be a fight of their lives as these guys that's now running in the front is mainly the Class C. Oh, and there is major contact and some major drama happening in the background there, as I can see. These guys are really pushing it too hard. They need to slow down a bit and just maintain their focus and get this race going in a safe way. I can see the drivers is falling back and forward, or the guys that was right in the front is falling all the way to the back. I see Craig has taken very big damage there on his car. I'm pretty sure he'll be driving with some suspension damage. I'm not too sure what happened there, but we will definitely have the racing stewards having a look there at that race and what happened there. So in the first position, we have Johan Niemand, who is now really starting to pull away from the pack here. He's got a 2.7 second lead already just in the start of the first lap. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Can they catch up to him, or will he just take this one from start to finish? Still a lot of position changes happening around the track. We now have Rian, who is working his way up there into the 6th position. Timo now going past Marius as well, getting into the 7th position. Having a little bit of a look down, all the way now already in 10th position, we have Kian Gous, who started right at the back of this field, who's now working his way up. I see on the YouTube channel, just having a little bit of a look there, Jason now saying that his computer or his PC froze up and he lost 6 positions there, going from 6th to 12th position. And then Rob van Heerden had a drive-through penalty for a jump start at the start of the race. So it's quite interesting to see how it works. Yes, the drivers do get penalties if they have jump starts or if they do go off the track too many times. So it does happen. You do get penalties. Then having a little bit of a look again, Tyron is slowing down and he's falling back down onto the back of the field, with Rob now getting past Tyron there, and he's defending his line with Rian now sitting up on the inside, or well, on the outside of him as they're running down the start-finish race, or start-finish straight coming down the field. That is a very sharp turn that's at the back and coming up. Will they be able to maintain a very neat drive through here? If you get it very nice and close to the wall, you can get a good drive out of this corner. But if you don't get the right line, you'll either hit the wall or you run a bit wide off the track, and you will end up losing quite a few positions. Going further down the pack, we still have Marius and Kian, who's now fighting out. Kian having a look up on the inside as they come through this very fast left and right-hander. Well, it was Marius that was running a little bit wide, now losing out to Kian and Jason Null at the moment. So he lost 2 positions. Now Stuart Mack has also made his move, and Marius is falling further and further back in the pack. We have Janu van der Westhuizen, who is there in 13th position, right on the back there of Marius as well, who's fighting his way back from right. He started, I think, in 26th position. So he's already worked his way up into 13th position. That is an entire 14 positions that he's gone up in this race already. We've got Jay, Michael, and Luke, who is also fighting it out there with Jandra right on the heels, and Joni Lee, who is sitting there behind Regal, also fighting there with Dylan. Dylan is having a look up on the inside and overtakes her, with Wayne also behind her. So she will definitely be making this mini as wide as possible, just staying consistent, maintaining her race, and she will definitely move up this field again like in the first one. A lot of position changes happening in the front. Timo now moving up into the 4th position, overtaking Rob there, as well as pushing Sean a little bit wide, but Sean still has the inside line. Can he maintain his drive out there as they come through the corner? Now Timo again has the inside line, and there was contact between Timo and Sean, unfortunately. That was a little bit of a bad knock there, but Timo is regaining the track in a safe manner. He lost quite a few positions. However, he did rejoin safely, not causing any more problems. That was very unfortunate as they went into that corner. I think that Rian just did not notice that Timo was there on the, or I'm not too sure it was, I say Rian, but I'm actually speaking without knowing exactly who it was involved in that accident. But we will have a look after the race, and the race stewards will be investigating that one as well. So Johan Niemand still running away with this one. He's got a very nice 7-second lead over Conrad. Now we still have Rob that's there in 3rd position, and he's fighting it out with Sean and Shane, with both of them right on the back of him. Gonna have a look up on the inside. He's running a bit wide, but Sean is making his move, but he is trying to get back in the undercut. Unfortunately, not being able to do that. Rob loses out that 4th position to Sean, but they're coming down this down the straight into this very fast chicane that they're getting. Can Rob make his move through here and overtake again, or can Sean defend it? Rob is running very hard through the diving to the outside. Can he make his move and get that drive onto him? However, they are coming into another right and left chicane. So at the moment, Sean do have the better line, as well as Shane now getting his nose up in there. Can Rob maintain and defend? Oh, there was slight contact, but both of them get through there side by side. Very nice driving. Slight contact again. Rubbing is racing, but if everyone gets through, it's no problem. Rob is defending extremely hard in on that fourth position, and having a look up on the inside there again of Sean. Can he get this one back, the third position, or will Sean now be able to get away from them? This mid-pack is always a very nice part to watch, with extremely good racing going. We can see Kian Gous now working his way up there into the fifth position, but losing it out again to Shane as he runs a bit wide, and Shane just gets that undercut and outdrives him through that corner. Kian has started all the way in 27th position and is now already up there in 6th position. That is I think a 21 position gain that he has formed now already from the start of this race all the way up to where he is now. They've got about 9.5 minutes left of this race. Can he work his way up into that top position? However, I can see that Johan Niemann at the moment has an 8-second lead over the second place. So it's going to be extremely hard to close that gap, especially still working their way through the pack. So Kian now making his move up again there into 5th position. And he makes that one stick there this time, with Sean that is not being able to regain that position onto Kian. And Kian is having a look up on the inside of Rob. There was a little bit of contact as he tried to dive in there, but they came through in a very good manner. No major dramas or anything. Now Rob is defending very hard onto Kian, but Kian has overtaken Rob, and Rob now again has overtaken Kian, who's going to be able to break a bit later and get the best drive through here. Shane having a look up on the inside of Kian, trying to get that 6th position back, and he did, or the 5th position. He took that 5th position from Kian. Now Kian is trying everything that he can to run down that straight on that slipstream and hopefully get past here in this very fast left and or right and left. But he is unfortunately not being able to get it. But if he runs that slipstream and gets that drive on the inside line for the next corner, I'm pretty sure that he'll be able to make this one stick. This is an entire train of minis coming down this straight at the moment. We have about 6 or 7 minis fighting it out for a position. Rob now having a look up on the inside of Shane, but he maintains that position now, allowing Kian to get past, and there was contact between Kian and Shane, but Kian is very well under control of that mini, swerving a little bit left and right, fishtailing, but still maintaining that 6th position, not losing anything out there. That is very well driving from that very young driver out there. He is doing extremely well in this league, and I can see good things coming for this youngster in the upcoming leagues if he just maintains the way he's driving. Going a little bit further down the pack at the moment, we still have position changes happening all over this track. We've got Jandre who has now overtaken Regal. We've got Wayne that overtaken Rian there for the 16th position. Then we've got Sean at the moment at the back fighting it out with Timo and Joni. Joni here having the inside line. Timo running a slight bit wide, drifting that mini, now allowing Peter to also come past. There was some contact between Peter and Timo at the moment there, and both of them, all three of them, get through that corner very nicely. But Joni Lee is really fighting it out there really hard, just staying consistent, making that mini as wide as a bus, getting that good lines and defending extremely well. She's really doing great out there. I'm very proud to say that that is my twin that is racing there. Well, my sister, my twin. So she's doing very well. I'm very proud of her. And Peter, who's also new to SRA, he is doing very well racing with her and also trying to get past her and not causing any problems, but giving her a very nice dice and battle. Having a look up on the outside, not being able to get that drive, falling in behind her. trying to see and say, wait, I'll rather fight that out on the next corner, as he has a look up on the inside and makes his move there on her. But she is right on the back of him and will probably fight back. Now she's got Timo that's right behind her as well, trying to come and take that position from her as they run down the start-finish straight. He's having a look up on the inside. This corner is all about your braking. If you're going to brake a bit later, you might lose out, but also braking too early will also cause a bit of problems. But she gets a very nice run through there and is right on the back of them again. Unfortunately, she loses out that 20th position to Timo, but very well driving there from her. We've got Janne van der Westhuizen and Kian Goos that is fighting it out there for the 7th position. Janne now made his move and over to Kian. So Kian has lost out a few positions. He was a bit further up in the pack. Not too sure what happens, but we will maintain on these for a little bit and see what's going on in the front of the pack. Because we have Rob van der Heever that is there in the 4th position, trying to keep Shane, Jason, Janu and Kian behind him at the moment. He's got a lot of defending work, but he also do know that, you know, as long as the guys behind me is fighting it out, I'm kind of safe because they're slowing each other down, and the focus of the guy is always on the one behind him because he's got to defend and attack at the same time, which, believe me, it never goes well. You need to focus at one place at a time. Jana running wide there, allowing, unfortunately, for for Kian and them to get past, but he maintains it. But Rob also ran a bit wide, now losing that position out to Shane. Now we've got Jason who's having a look up on the inside of Rob. Can Rob maintain that position? Can he fight it out? He does have the better inside line coming into this right-hander. Yes, he stays in that 5th position, trying his hardest to keep Jason now behind him, because now he can't think of fighting. He now needs to think of defending against Jason. But there was extremely bad contact between Jason and Rob, and unfortunately Rob got taken out there. Rob regains the track there, a little bit of a risky move, and he's right in the middle of the field. Can he move out the way? Yes, he moves out the way in time for everyone to get past. I'm not too sure what happened there, but that was very bad contact between Jason as well as Rob. Now Rob has fallen all the way back down there into the 20th position. This is extremely sad for him. He was doing very well out there. And we've got Johnny Lee, who's now moved up into 19th position, overtaking Jason and Craig. Now we've got Craig and Rob, the 2 teammates, that is right there by each other. It's about a 4-second gap between them. So I'm not too sure how this is going to go in end. Craig is behind Johnny Lee there with about 5 seconds between them. Joni has now overtaken Sean. Sean is busy dropping down. I'm not too sure if he's having problems. Marius is having a DNF. I'm not too sure what happened there with him as well. Joni now moving up into the 17th position, as we've got a few DNFs and pit, or people that is not finishing this race and jumping back to the pits. Back into the front of this pack, we have Dylan and Michael that is still fighting it out as well there for the 9th position, and Michael just over, or Dylan that just overtook Michael there. We still have Kian that's there fighting with Jason Null at the moment for that 6th position. Jason is trying his hardest to keep Kian behind him, and Kian is just going, come on man, let me pass. I need this win. He's having a look up on the inside. Can he make this move? This is a very, very hard turn to make a move, but he makes it stick. Going into that next left-hander, but he still has that position. There is no way that he's going to be losing out that 6th position out to Jason. They are really fighting it out very hard out there. 3rd position, we have Shane and Janne van der Westhuizen, and again, unfortunately, Shane runs a bit wide, allowing Janu now to get that 4th position from him. Now Janu is going to start working on getting that 3rd position there from Conrad. He's having a look up on the inside, running a bit wide. Will that allow Shane again to come past or not? It seems like he keeps him behind. He keeps him back there. Very well done there. Kian is now up into 5th position. They're still fighting out there with Shane, who now has Jason also there in the mix, with Stuart Mack that's also catching up onto them, and Dylan that was right there but ran a little bit wide into that kitty litter and losing some time there. So Johan Niemand now has a 12-second lead over Shane. This is extremely good racing from Johan. He had a bit of a tough one in the first race, with that DNF, and at the moment he's just running away with it. He's taking it from the start all the way to the finish with a 11 or well 12-second lead over Sean, who will definitely not be able to catch up to him unless something majorly goes wrong out there. But we still have Janu, Kian, and Jay and Conrad that is fighting it out there in the front. Janu now moving up into the third position for this one. He has worked his way up from 26 up to third. He still has Kian Goes right there on the back of him. Now Conrad is losing out big time. He lost all that position to Kian, Shane, and Jason. So I'm not too sure what happened there. I'm pretty sure he ran a bit wide, losing some time, but he's going to fight his way back up, coming through this fast section of this track. This is where they run flat out through the entire straight, coming down that hill up until the next corner. Oh, and there was major drama there with Dylan, and I'm not too sure who, but there's extremely bad drama. This is very bad happening there. We've got 3 minis that is out of this one with some severe damage as the guy stops and regains the track very dangerously. They have to watch out. There's a pack of minis coming down the track. Will they be able to manage to come past them safely? It seems like they are. I'm not too sure what happened there, but that was Wayne that lost out there. Jason now, Dylan as well. That was extremely unlucky in that contact there. These guys are going to be very upset with themselves and will definitely get the race steward to have a look and see what happens or what happened there as well tonight. Johan Niemand is busy doing his second last lap. He is just comfortably sitting in first position, not pushing it. He is just having a drive of his life, going from start to finish, and he will be taking this one in the first position. So we still have Sean and Janu and Kian, who will be fighting it out there for second, third, and fourth position. They've got 2 laps to go, so Kian will really have to get on this one and try and do his best to get into the top scoring positions. However, he did finish first in the previous race and now in fourth, where Janu finished, I think, second and third. So it would seem to me like Janu, if he finishes here in third position, will be the top scoring points for this evening, as he was more consistent with his finishing positions. But we will have to wait and see what happens. I see some of the drivers disconnected and reconnected with this or in this race. We've got Tyron now that's unfortunately in the pits with a DNF alongside Donnie and Marius. That's extremely sad. I know it was Tyron's first night out and he was very excited to race with these guys. Not too sure what happened. Maybe we can have a bit of a chat with him after the race and see what happened in this one. So still we've got Johan Niemand, who is now on his final lap. Sean, Janu and Kian still fighting it out in the front of the field. Going to the mid-pack, we've got Michael, Conrad, and Shane that is still fighting it out here with Jay right on the back of Shane. Maybe he can make a move and take that 7th position there from Shane. Further down the field, we've got Timo, Wayne, Peter, Regal, Dylan, Jason, who lost out all the way from the front down to the back of the field, alongside with Stewart. We've got Sean there in 16th position. Then we've got Joni Lee that's in 17th position, with Craig and Rian right behind her. So this Craig is most probably going to try and do his best to get past her, but it is on the final lap of this race. She's going to make that mini again as wide as a bus and keep him behind her as long as she can, and hopefully finish there in that 17th position. Still, we've got Rian, we've got Luke, it's right there in the 20th position. Rob, that was doing so well in the beginning of the race. He was up there in the top 5 positions for most of this race, and then something happened and he lost all of those positions down into 21st position there. We've got Javichos in 22nd with Hermans right there on the back of him, trying to get that 22nd position from him. Everywhere on this field there will be a dice and you will have a fight with someone. It doesn't matter where you are. As Herman now moves up into that 22nd position, we've got John Ray, who had a little bit of a mishap. He's got about a minute between him and the driver in front of him, who's Javi Ghost. So he's also just trying to finish this race and get some points for the evening. So for now, we will be focusing on the leader of this race, Johan Niemand, who is just taking this one from start to finish, doing the best that he can and trying to get that one sorted for this evening. There's only a few laps or few corners left of this race, and he will definitely be finishing in that first position for this one. So for now, I will say very well done, and I hope I don't put the commentator's curse on him. But I'm pretty sure as he goes into the start-finish straight, he is finishing this one there all the way. As he flashes his lights coming over the start-finish line, that is Johan Niemand in first position. Having a look at the back, something happened, and Kian Goos has now moved up into that second position. Kian Goos finishes in second, Jan van der Westhuizen in third, Sean in fourth, Michael Rust in fifth, Jason now, no, sorry, that's Conrad that's finishing in sixth, Jay in seventh, Shane will be finishing there in eighth, Timo in ninth, Wayne will be ending this race there in the 10th position with Peter in 11th. Regal is finishing in 12th, Dylan in 13th. Stuart Mack will be finishing this race there in the 14th position. Sean in 15th, Joni Lee in 17th, Craig in Joni Lee in 16th, Craig 17th. Rian is in 18th, Jason Null in 19th. Luke will be finishing in 20th. Rob is ending his race there in 21st position. Now we are just waiting on the final 3 drivers that will be finishing this race, who will be Javi Goos that will finishing there in 21st position, with Herman in 23rd and John there in 24th. And unfortunately, we do have Marius, Donnie, and Tyron who is finishing this race with a DNF. So ladies and gentlemen, that was the Group B and C races for this evening. And overall, I have to say, very well done to all of the drivers out there tonight. They did very good. And yes, there was some major accidents out there. Unfortunately, that is part of racing, and it happens every now and then. But we will have to see what happens in the Group A race that will be coming live shortly. I'm going to see if I can get some of the drivers in here to have a little bit of a chat and see how they felt about this race. I'm going to see if I can get Kian in here. Unfortunately, I cannot. Yes, I'm going to see if I can get him in here. Let's have a look. Kian, are you there? Kian? Unfortunately, we cannot get Kian in here. Let's get Wim Johan in here. Wim Johan? No. It seems like I can't get any of the drivers to actually talk to me tonight. Not too sure what's going on. Unfortunately, he's also not available. Okay. So unfortunately, I cannot get some of the drivers in here. But stay tuned with us. We're going to disconnect off of this channel, and we will be live on our Group A channel shortly. So stay with us, sit back, go and have your refill on your coffee or get yourself another drink. Get the popcorn and things ready. We've got our Group A division that will be racing now in the next few. So I'll be seeing you guys in about 10 to 20 minutes. Stay with us and we'll be back shortly.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.